Hey, what's going on, gamers? So this is a video I've wanted to make for a while, but I've just never been able to get a clip of me actually getting PK'd up here at the Wilderness Nature Ruins. So I wanted to give sort of a quick overview of um, how my reaction is to PKers and sort of how I'm able to mitigate that danger when I'm up here. And additionally to that, I want to make this video as sort of a way to ease everybody's minds of all these low-level UIMs and ironmen that want to try telegramming but might be too scared to come up here. And hopefully this video will kind of show how little of a danger most PKers actually are and how easily it is to escape them and get out of their attack. And so just to kind of give a quick backdrop here, I myself am combat level 117, I think, so I am pretty high. But this was a Friday morning. It was around 10 a.m. Central Time. I had actually spotted this guy, Jage, I think that's how you pronounce his name, about 20 minutes prior to this, and so I was able to grab a quick look up stats on him. That's when I noticed he was level 84 combat, so he was pretty low compared to me. I actually didn't even think that he would try attacking me, just because the combat level difference was so much. And also, I feel like, at least like with the UIM in my name, it's pretty obvious that I am just like a high level Iron Man and not just like a normal bot account that these people hunt. So I figured he wouldn't even try it, but I had his stats up anyway just to check that he wasn't really a threat to me. Anyway, though, 20 minutes goes by, and this guy, I log in to basically see this. You'll sort of notice here my other clients down at the bottom. I was double hopping during this, but I sort of zoomed in on this one just because this was the client that got attacked on. And so right away, this guy had a pretty slow reaction time to me logging in. If I was a more cautious player, I very much would have been able to log out before he even attacked me. And for most PK attempts, that's where it ends. A lot of times these people are um, they don't maybe they don't quite remember which tile you're on, so they're not going to be spam clicking it. So they're generally just hanging around waiting. They might be playing all accounts. They might be watching movies or YouTube or whatever. So there's a very good chance that you'll be able to log out before they even attack you. And that'll sort of show here by how long it took for me to actually get attacked. The reason why I wasn't able to log out is because of this method I do. Generally, the moment I log in, I'm hitting the spell book and the Telegrab spell, just because I'm trying to keep up with the continuous hop. But you'll see here, I cast Teleblock, and it's actually a good second or so in before I realize that there's an actual person here. So that's when I start to spam click the world hop. And if I hadn't been delayed by the telegrab, I would have been able to log out easily. But just because of how much time it takes for the telegrab, like animation blocking or whatever, to happen, that gave him plenty of time to react. And as you can see, I had about one tick where I could have logged out, but he was finally able to see me and attack me. So the moment that this happens, the moment I see the skull icon come up, I know I've been attacked. There's no point trying to log out. And so the biggest priority at this point is to make it to single combat. Now, it's one guy that I see now, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have either a higher level combat account that is nearby, or if he has like a clan member or a couple teammates who are also in the area. It's not something you ever want to risk. You never know how many more people are going to log in, so always the biggest priority is making it to single combat. And so as I start running here, I activate my quick prey, which is protect from magic. I use this because even though I know that he's ranging, I never want to take the chance of getting snared and giving more teammates time to log in and join in the attack while I'm still in multi. So that's why I protect from missiles, or sorry, protect from magic. Even though this guy actually gets some pretty good hits off early on, he hits two 14s back to back. And so kind of going into the actual fight portion, I already said that he was 86 range, 85 magic, but taking a look at his gear, It's essentially matched free-to-play ranged gear, full green d'hide, maple shortbow, coif. I don't see what amulet he's using, but I'm assuming it's an amulet of power or an amulet of accuracy, something like that. So I know his priority is going to be ranging me, and I just essentially know that I can probably tank most of these hits. If you're a lower combat level, I would recommend maybe switching to protect from missiles for this point, at least while you can see it's only one person. Um, if they do cast snare on you, then maybe it's worth it to protect from magic, but it's just what I do. And so, pretty noobishly on this guy's part, as you'll see here, he actually forgot to turn run energy on for a good couple seconds, and this will pretty much allow me to get outside of his ranged combat, like range, whatever. Like he couldn't hit me with his bow and arrow, and so from this point, the fight was basically over. Um, I still wanted to make it the singles just in case he had a just in case he had a friend coming or teammates coming. So I kept running. Just by unfortunate whatever, the path did take me past this lesser demon here, and so this reactivated my combat timer. So from this point, you can see I've been logged in for 12 seconds. I'm not going to be able to log out until this hits 22 seconds. So I know that pretty much, okay, whatever, I'm just going to run to single combat now, wait for this to end. So keep running. I'm still outside of his combat range, but he's still chasing me for whatever reason. But at this point, I figured, all right, well, if he's chasing me anyway, I finally have footage of a PKer attack, so I may as well let him catch up and show the footage until at least I'm, outside of his combat bracket. You'll notice bottom right here, I'm already by level 40. I know that he's only 6 or so levels from being outside my combat bracket, so I knew I had plenty of food and plenty of prayer to tank that. Plus, I sort of wanted to chat with the guy just to get some, thoughts on what he's doing up here. So I figured I would take the extra risk. But anyway, moment I make it the singles, I'm not worried about getting snared anymore. I'm more worried about just taking damage in general. So this is when I switch to protect from missiles, as you'll see here. I also stopped for a second in a little bit to let him catch up, just because he's still chasing me. I figure I may as well talk to him. So this is where I sort of stop for a second, let him catch up, let him get a hit on me, and then keep running. He actually gets pretty bad RNG here. He hits like 3 zeros in a row, then hits some pretty low hits. There are methods in these trees to juke people out. I'm not nearly good enough at anti-PKing or escaping or whatever to do stuff like that. So I just generally keep running south. I'm only 2 wilderness levels away from being outside of his combat bracket because he is at level 84. So I just have to have this number hit 85, which in another second is when I hit. And this point right here, he had pre-fired this arrow while he was still in the right combat bracket, but this is the last hit he's going to get on me. At this point, I'm taking a quick look at my stats or whatever. I'm half health, but I still have, almost 80 prey points left. I've only used 2 wines at this point, so I pretty much know, I am safe. The fight's over here. Even if he logs in on a higher combat alt, I'm still going to have plenty of resource to make it down to level 20 wilderness or ditch. But I'm not too worried about that. Since nobody's logged in at this point, and if they did log in, they would be way up north here, so I would likely be able to see them by the time they make it down. I, take the chance and figure I stop and just, want to chat with the guy, see what he's up to. It's always fun after the fight's over with to say what's up. So I say hi to him. Unfortunately, though, I don't think he spoke English. I asked him if he saw in bots, but he just says to me, what's he say here? Resin bot, which I Google translated this, and he's either claiming I am a bot, or he's asking me if I'm a bot, and just didn't include the question mark. And then Verdad means true, so I'm assuming that he's just looking for bots here, and just attacked me anyway because he was bored, which I don't blame him. There haven't been that many bots telegrabbing these days. I think that's part of the reason. I think part of that reason is because nature runes are much cheaper than they were a couple years ago when this activity was more popular. Plus, there's just better ways of making like early game money for free to play reds besides doing this. But anyway, yeah, there were a couple times there where I could have ended the fight and just logged out, but I actually kept it going down to this point for the footage. And as you can see, I had plenty of prey points left, plenty of food left. I really wasn't worried about this guy. And for the most part, if you don't log out the moment that you log in and see a PKer, 95% of the times, this is what the fight's going to look like. It's going to be one guy who's almost always just going to be ranging. He might have a snare switch that he'll do to try to stop you, but even then, um, that's only going to stop you for a couple seconds at a time. They might teleblock you, but teleblocking really doesn't even do anything in free to play, especially because you're almost always going to get out of their combat bracket before you reach level 20 Wilderness anyway. And yeah, so that's sort of really all I wanted to cover. Only other thing to cover after this is it's sort of up to you on whether or not you want to go back to telegrabbing or go back south to restock up on gear. I have plenty of food left and plenty of prey points left here, so I'm just going to go right back north and keep telegrabbing. But comfort level, if you want to go back down and get more food and restock on prey points and healing, that's totally up to you. You can totally do that. And yeah, so end of the day, hope this kind of clears your mind up about what a PK attempt looks like, and I hope made you a bit calmer and maybe motivate you to telegrab yourself. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.